This is the show where we give you inspiration for your next Bionicle creation by taking a look at all kinds of Bionicle mocks from across the community. And in this episode, we're going to be talking all things Toa, the heroes of the Bionicle storyline. Toa are a very common thing to see built in the Bionicle fandom, so let's give you some inspiration for your next Toa build. Our first Toa today is by Shubi4000, and they've built Toa of Speed. This color scheme is something very nice. Now we've got red and a very pale blue color. So this pale blue unfortunately doesn't exist. These blue pieces are knockoff parts. Because sadly we never got these like posable fingers on this awesome looking hand piece that we see here. And that type of hand piece is something you see a lot in a lot of different knockoff Bionicle sets. Although I wish we got a piece like that, it's awesome. I'm sure the design would be a little bit too fiddly and likely to break for it to actually be a Lego piece, but if we had got something like it, I'd be a very happy boy. Now look, many Lego fans don't really like knockoff pieces. It's surprising, a lot of Lego fans are die-hard Lego loyalists, and I get it, I'm pretty similar myself. But when a knockoff set gives us some nice new colors like this and some interesting hand designs, then maybe they're not so bad after all. I mean, that's one of the biggest tragedies about the fact that Bionicle sets aren't around today, is that there was so much excitement in getting a new Bionicle set and being able to play with new weapon pieces, new masks, new colors, new armor pieces, all sorts of brand new cool stuff, which was so inspiring to be able to build new stuff with, right? You always saw a spike in new creations when a new wave of sets came out, and we just don't have that anymore. But if you can get new colors, new pieces in knockoff sets, maybe that's a good kick to help you get a bit inspired and get you building. So something to consider, if that's an avenue that you want to go down. Knockoff brands are a pathway to many abilities some would consider to be unnatural. The weapons on this mock are great fun. I love this shuriken design using the blade pieces that came on Tahu Mystica on his interesting shield blade weapon thing. We see a lot of different swords and spears and guns on Bionicle mocks, but it's rare to see a shuriken and other like ninja related weapons in that sense. Always good to see something different. I can get behind that. But yeah, good to see a lovely CCBS heavy Toa design here. It's a delight. And now, Lois Nuva has built Lois Nuva in both Matoran and Toa form. And what a great idea it is to build a character as they were as a Matoran, and then as they were as a Toa. And hey, you could even go one step further and build them as a Turaga as well. Then you go the full line of progression. That'd be good fun. It's really cool to see the changes between the forms of the older and newer self. The Toa version is decked out with all sorts of armor, but the Matoran has no armor at all. And then the mask stays the same on both versions, except on the Toa, it's chrome. Little changes like this, they're just enjoyable to see. So maybe you could take up a fun challenge like this and build an evolution of a character. Now, we mentioned that chrome Kakama mask before. Now, this mask officially doesn't come in chrome, which is a shame because it looks so good. But I love that the mask is a different color from the rest of the body, but still similar enough. Because I feel like you saw this a little bit in early Bionicle. You got a character like Gully, for example, who had a mask that was a different shade of blue to the rest of her body. So changing up the mask like this, I think was a really fun and subtle way to keep things feeling deeply immersed in the style of Bionicle. It was a great choice. And yet, the silver and black color scheme is great, and these pops of blue from the Heartlight, the eyes, and these magical G2 swords, man, that contrast looks so lovely. What a sleek and stylish design this is. A revamp of Toa Hordika no Kama is next, and Endon475 has built this mock. They have done a brilliant job of capturing and also improving the mutated and deformed look that the Toa Hordika had. This wonderful asymmetry of a silver leg and a silver hand and arm, so it looks like the Visorak venom is changing the look of their body. I think that's great. Now, I especially love the energy of this Elec claw piece here that's on both of the hands. The sweeping lines of these claws, they're so dynamic and they look so striking. I think it works really well to convey that mutation idea. But it also just looks sick. I mean, heck, you could easily just take this exact design and put it on a Makuta mock or something. It's cool. Also, great idea to combine some of those glow-in-the-dark armor pieces that we saw on the Baraki Taradox and a few other sets as well. And merge that with the Nokama Metru mask. They are different colors, but they look similar enough, and it works. And combining that piece with some nice dark blue pieces, it makes the skin look like it's got venom coursing through it, or it's changing and mutating. Balancing those two shades of blue was genius. And also these nice shoulder pads that use the Nokama Hordika masks, great job. Honestly, Endon475, they did a stellar job revamping this. So much that I love here. Ty Toffelmer has built the next Toa, and it's called Toa of Nicola, and this is a work in progress, by the way. So this mock is using the Bionicle frame. It's a well-known frame design that allows you to build a body around this basic frame. I'll include a link in the description to a frames episode of the Bionicle Inspiration series that I did that talks about the Bionicle frame, as well as a few other frames as well. Because, mate, frames are great. If you want to build a cool looking Toa but you don't really know where to start, go build an existing frame design, something like the Bionicle frame has instructions out there. So yeah, you build that frame and then all you got to do is add armor onto it. It's the perfect starting off point, or the perfect like stepping stone to make building just that little bit easier and get you started on your next project. So this mock has got a nice custom mask here with an interesting paint job. And also we can see just how posable this mock is, and that's all thanks to that wonderful Bionicle frame. Plus I like seeing a good dark blue and white color scheme, something very nice about that. Great work. Socket and Ball Torture has a build here called Toa Atoro. So we got a bit of a mechanic type character here. We can see this photo of them tinkering away on a robot of some sort. And also from the back we can see that they've got some storage for their, interesting tinkering utensils. Yeah, I like that. I also love this gear on the back of the body. It doesn't appear to actually serve any function, it's just there for aesthetic. But I like that. It's a false gear that makes it look a lot more in line with the classic Bionicle vibes that had gears on their backs for gear functions. And it's great to see a shoulder turret using the Midax Skyblaster piece. I feel like this launcher weapon doesn't really get that much love on Bionicle mocks these days, so it is a pleasure to see it here loud and proud on this mock. A great looking Toa design here, and we'll finish off with another one. This is Toa of Lightning by Giga Mesh Mocks. Oh, I adore this. A Toa of Lightning that has cool hand gauntlets that look like they can be charged up with electricity and it helps strengthen their attacks. So cool. The copper-like coloring of it is so appropriate as well. It's the best. And also, this is just such a unique weapon design. Wrist gauntlets that shoot out elemental attacks. A unique weapon like this can do so much for a Toa mock. Next time you build a Toa, see if you can give them some sort of really unique weapon design. Swords and guns are cool, but something like this is dope. And also lovely to see a trans yellow cow on a Toa of Lightning. It's honestly the perfect choice. It fits wonderfully. Although that is a very rare and expensive mask, so it might be a bit more difficult for you to get one and build a Toa of Lightning with it, but if you already have one lying around, do something like this with it. Yeah man, this is such a good Toa design, especially with this color scheme. Yellow and dark blue, it fits that mask so well. Oh, this is great. Oh yeah, and it also has a Metru torso on the body as well. Any mock looks better with a Metru torso. So that's that. Plenty of incredible Toa builds, and hopefully they gave you a little bit of inspiration or a few ideas to help you out with your next Bionicle creation. Be sure to check the links in the description below if you want to see more from these very talented builders. My social media is also in the description if you want to see some of the stuff that I've got going on over there. And also in the description below, but on your screen right now, is the submission email. If you want to submit some of your own LEGO creations to be featured on this show, that's the place to do so. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.